Assalamu alaikum. This is Nazrul Islam Babu welcoming you all to Evening News. You have just heard the Crown Cement headlines. Now let's move on to the details. The scrutiny of nomination papers is underway in the lead-up to the 13th parliamentary election scheduled to be held on 12 February. The returning officer has declared the nomination papers of BNP acting chairman Tariq Rahman valid for the Bogura 6 and Dhaka 17 constituencies. Additionally, the nomination of Jamaat Islami Amir Shafiqur Rahman for Dhaka 15 has also been declared valid. Furthermore, the nomination papers of party and independent candidates have been scrutinized and either validated or rejected across various constituencies. In Bogura, the validity of Tariq Rahman's nomination is confirmed. This was announced during the nomination scrutiny process for the Bogura 6 and 7 constituencies. The returning officer in Thakurgaon also declared the nominations of BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir and Jamaati Islami's candidate Delwar Hussain as valid. In Chittagong, the nominations of 11 candidates have been cancelled due to discrepancies in their information, defaults on loan payments, unpaid taxes and incorrect signatures from 1% of the voters. For Mymensingh 4, 5, 6 and 7 constituencies, the returning officer annulled the nominations of Liakot Ali, Hamidul Islam, Rafiqul Islam due to discrepancies in asset declarations and income expenditure details in their affidavits. In Noakhali 1, BNP's barrister Mahabubuddin Khokon, and in Noakhali 2, Jainul Abidin Farouk's nominations were declared valid. In Bhola 3, BNP's retired Major Hafizuddin Ahmed's nomination was confirmed as valid. In Borishal, the returning officer declared the nomination of AB party candidate Barrister Asaduzzaman Fuad, BNP candidate Jainul Abidin's nominations valid. Jamaat Islamist Naibe Amir Abdullah Muhammad Tahir's nomination was confirmed in Comilla. Meanwhile, for Dhaka 15, the returning officer declared the nominations of BNP's candidate Shafiqur Islam Khan Milton and Jamaat's Dr. Shafiqur Rahman as valid. However, the nomination of independent candidate Tasnim Zara was rejected due to incorrect addresses of 2 voters. In Dhaka 1, the nominations of Jamaat's candidate Barrister Muhammad Nazrul Islam and BNP's Abu Ashfaq were confirmed as valid. Similarly, the nominations for Dhaka 12, where Jamaat's candidate Saiful Alam Khan and BNP's expelled leader Saiful Alam Nirob were validated. For Dhaka 13, the returning officer validated the nominations of BNP's Bobby Hajjaj, Khilafat Majlis's candidate Mamunul Haq. In Dhaka 2, BNP's Amanullah Aman's nomination was also declared valid. In Dhaka 6, BNP's nominee Ishraq Hussain. In Dhaka 3, Goyeshwar Chandra Roy. And in Dhaka 10, BNP's Sheikh Rubiul Alam and Jamaat's advocate Joshimuddin all had their nominations validated. Similarly, in Dhaka 9, BNP's candidate Habibur Rashid Habib and Jamaat's candidate Kobir Ahmed were also confirmed as valid. Information advisor Sayyida Rizwana Hassan said, despite the opposition's efforts to create obstacles, the country must continue its path towards a fair election. She said this during a training session on election journalism at Sylhet Press Club.
নির্বাচনটা সুষ্ঠু হোক, উৎসবমুখর হোক এবং অংশগ্রহণ অনেক বেশি থাকুক, এটাই আমরা সরকার হিসেবে চেষ্টা করব। আমাদের প্রচেষ্টা সেদিকেই থাকবে। আমরা এই নির্বাচনটা আয়োজন করছি একটা গণ অভ্যুত্থানের শক্তির উপর দাঁড়িয়ে। সেখানে পরাজিত শক্তি কিছু বাধার সৃষ্টি করতে পারে, সে বাধাগুলো আমাদেরকে মোকাবেলা করতে হবে।
Meanwhile, the civil society group Shujon demanded that citizens should have the right to go to court if political parties fail to implement their election manifestos. At a press conference, the group's secretary, Dr. Bodiul Alam Mojumdar, called for political parties to ensure democratic practices within their own organizations in order to strengthen democracy. They also urged political parties to clarify their stance on the July National Charter in their election manifestos.
নির্বাচনের আগে রাজনৈতিক দলগুলো যেই অঙ্গীকার করবে, লিখিতভাবে অঙ্গীকার করবে, মৌখিক নয় লিখিতভাবে অঙ্গীকার করবে এবং তারা নিজেরা স্বাক্ষর করবে। যদিও আরেক পক্ষ যেহেতু কোটি কোটি জনগণ তারা স্বাক্ষর করতে পারবে না, কিন্তু এটা একটা চুক্তি এবং ভবিষ্যতে যেন আমরা দাবি করব ভবিষ্যতে যেন এটা আদালতে যাওয়ার সুযোগ হয় এবং আদালতে মানুষ তাদেরকে প্রশ্ন করার সুযোগ হয় আদালতে গিয়ে যে তারা যে ইশতেহার তারা প্রকাশ করেছে সে কতটুকু তারা বাস্তবায়ন করেছে।
Mohammad Mossaddeq Ali, former political secretary to BNP chairperson Begum Khaleda Zia, visited her grave at the mausoleum of martyred President Ziaur Rahman. In the afternoon, NTV chairman Mohammad Mossaddeq Ali paid his respects at the grave of former Premier Begum Khaleda Zia, who is laid to rest beside martyred President Ziaur Rahman on 31 December. At the time, he offered prayers and supplications seeking forgiveness for the departed souls of martyred President Ziaur Rahman and his wife Begum Khaleda Zia. The former member of parliament also prayed for peace for their departed souls. Family members accompanied Mossaddeq Ali during the grave visitation, and members from various departments of NTV also joined in the prayers. Over more than 4 decades in politics, Khaleda Zia became a pillar of trust and reassurance for the people. Many believe that her absence creates an inevitable guardianship vacuum in the nation's political landscape. To her supporters, Khaleda Zia was the embodiment of uncompromising leadership in the electoral arena. Khaleda Zia was the cornerstone of party unity and played the same role in sustaining alliances. BNP leader Rizvi Ahmed, along with other leaders, paid floral tributes to martyred President Ziaur Rahman and late former Premier Begum Khaleda Zia. He said BNP and its allied organizations would continue their efforts following the ideals and pledges of Khaleda Zia. He accused the fascist regime of deliberately denying Begum Zia proper medical treatment in prison despite her suffering from numerous forms of oppression.
যে নেত্রীকে আমরা পায়ে হেঁটে কারাগারের ভিতরে যেতে দেখলাম, সেই নেত্রী হুইল চেয়ারে করে বের হলেন। সেই নেত্রী দিনের পর দিন হাসপাতালে থাকতে হলো। কেন? এর মধ্যে অশুভ কারসাজি, এর মধ্যে দেশনেত্রী বেগম জিয়াকে পৃথিবী থেকে সরিয়ে দেওয়ার সকল চক্রান্ত হয়েছে।
Foreign Affairs Advisor Tawhid Hussain said there is no need for haste in the investigation of the Hadi murder case, as the government is making efforts to bring those involved to justice. He made the comments after a meeting with various government officials in Munshiganj.
বিচার হচ্ছে এমন একটা জিনিস যেটা নিয়ে তাড়াহুড়া করার কোনো সুযোগ নেই, তবে অবশ্যই আমরা চেষ্টা করবো ফেরত নিয়ে আসতে। এখনও কিন্তু আমরা 100% নিশ্চিন্তভাবে বলতে পারছি না, অন্তত হোম থেকে আমাকে এটা বলে না যে অমুকখানে আছে সে গিয়ে। আমরা ইন্ডিকেশন পেয়েছি ইন্টারোগেশন থেকে যে তারা সম্ভবত পার হয়ে গেছে। তো খুব সুনির্দিষ্ট জায়গা যদি আমরা আইডেন্টিফাই করতে পারি তাহলে বলতে পারতাম ভারতকে যে অমুকখানে আছে তাকে।
And that's all from the newsroom for now. To know updates, videos of this bulletin, visit our website www.ntvbidi.com. Besides, visit our YouTube and verified Facebook page for updates over NTV's all popular programs and bulletins. Our next bulletin, Shondhar Khobor, will be aired in Bangla 7:30 p.m. Thank you for being with us. Have a good time.